Hey, what's going on guys? This is here back again with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the replays I had in the Batman esports match today. It was me, Pompeo, and Batman against Surgical Goblin, Saint Belkin, and Baron in like a Seuss Cup format. So obviously a very tight, very competitive match. Me, Batman, and Pompeo actually ended up winning. Batman won 2 games, I believe. Pompeo won 4, and I actually won 5 games. So it was fairly good, a lot of fun, fairly successful for me. So I want to show you guys some of the replays I had, especially against those really known players like Surgical Goblin. You know, all of them are pretty known. You know, Surgical Goblin, Belkin, Baron. So yeah, we're just gonna hop into some of those replays, and yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. Now, before I actually hop into the replays, I want to show you all the matches. It starts here against Baron, just so I don't show you guys the losses. Of course, I don't want to make this video like 20 minutes long going over all of the replays. But so we had some good matches against Baron. We had a match against Saint Belkin, against Magma. Look at this guy's streak with 2.6, 2.6, 2.6, 2.6. I was just feeling it. I almost beat Baron, even though he had a hard counter. I think I'm going to show you guys that match as well. We actually did beat Surgical Goblin there with a kind of tough matchup, which I'm going to talk about as well. But yeah, let's just hop into it. Alright, so the first match that I want to show you guys is actually up against Baron. This is when he is going to be running the Lava Loon type deck, and I am going to be running 2.6 as I mentioned before. This is obviously a very tough matchup as we only have the Musketeer. A lot of the times this deck does run Tesla 2.6, which is better against Lava Loon, because Tesla can normally take out either the Lava Hound or the Balloon pretty successfully on its own. However, with only Musketeer and Fireball, guys, keep in mind we don't even have Zap, we do have the Log, which makes it a lot harder to, you know, take care of those minions on defense with an Ice Golem. So we're just going to be cycling in the back here, going with a Musketeer as well. At this point, I don't really know what he's playing. I think he's playing some kind of minor deck. He ends up fireballing my Musketeer, so this one I'm hoping for Expo. He's obviously feeling very happy with himself, kind of. I know Baron very well, he's a friend of mine, so he probably knows that I'm playing 2.6 at this point. So he goes with the Mega Minion down here on defense. He zaps for a Musketeer. The Hulk's going to get 3 hits here, which is very good for us, of course, bringing the tower down to 1600 HP. We're going to get an Ice Spear here on defense. Maybe played it a bit too far up, so that way I'm going to have to waste skeletons as well, but I would have to cycle them anyways, so not really too much of a problem. And here, as soon as he goes Lava Hound, I play Muskie in the back. Of course, give him the well played because he got the matchup. He's, you know, BMing a little bit, having a good time. This is a very fun kind of best of 3 type series. So I am just cycling Hog Rider. Played my Log a little bit too early on that, so that some of the skeletons do survive the Ice Golem. Well, only one there. So what I do here is fairly strong play. Get a good Ice Spirit, get all of the minions, and then I get another Musketeer over to the left. That way he can't fireball both of them, or if he could, he couldn't fireball the tower. Then I pull the Balloon back with a cannon. Unfortunately, the Musketeer does walk away a little bit, and it's not actually going to kill the Balloon. The Balloon is barely going to get a hit on the tower, which is okay. We do have a lot of damage. Good pre-log here against the guards, though. That's going to let our Musketeer get that tower down to around 1200 HP. And as you can see, looking at his hand, he doesn't really want to waste that much elixir playing a Mega Minion down against this lone Musketeer. Of course, if he knew it was going to do that much damage, bring it down to 1200, he might have opted to play that. But still, it's better for him just to go on the aggressive, you know, tank that. With a Lava Balloon, with a really good matchups, you can kind of afford to give up a little bit of tower damage for a little bit of momentum. And as you can see here, I decided to go opposite lane, get a pre-log onto the tombstone. Well, not really a pre-log at this point. Log a little bit early because he zaps my Hog. Fairly strange play from Baron. The Hog does get a hit, but I do split my Musketeers. Get a good Ice Spirit and Skeletons onto that, distracting the Mega Minion. And notice how far I split my Musketeers away. That way he can't fireball them both and hit the tower. So we get a good Hog fireball here. We hit the Mega Minion and the Tombstone. I believe we log as well to start cycling back to another Hog Rider. At this point, our tower is at 500, but so is his. And if we can take this tower, at this point, we can get that other tower down fairly successfully. So against the hard counter, we are holding off pretty well. A bit of an unfortunate Muskie placement there. The Musketeer does go down to that Mega Minion, and we do miss the Log, although the Hog does get 1 hit. We unfortunately don't have enough to defend against this. If we just been able to hold on a little bit longer, we could have taken that tower with a Fireball and a Log, and of course beaten the hard counter. But that is going to be game over against Baron there. Next, I actually want to head into the next match I played up against Surgical Goblin. Now this was in the next set. We won the first set. Pompeo clutched it against Baron, and then Surgical Goblin started rolling on by. They replaced him in for Magma. He really wasn't on the team, but he kind of just like, you know what, I want to play. I want to show you what I got. He beat Batman actually. in a pretty good game, and then he played against me. Now, historically, 2.6 has always been very good against log bait. It can outcycle it a lot of the time, and especially with he has log, he'll always have log for my Goblin Barrel, and he can even afford to log some princesses, and then when I go for a Goblin Barrel, he can cycle back to another log with his Hog Riders, of course, keeping up that pressure and getting another log on defense. So it's really hard for the log bait player to win these matchups, even with a tornado. And at this point, I was laughing, of course, because I just played 3 matches in a row with 2.6, won 2 of them, almost beating the hard counter with the 3rd. I think he was expecting a bit of a mirror matchup, kind of hoping for that kind of 2.6 dream team type thing. Although we do get a good rocket on that muskie, he was able to see that it was going to stop just in time. We get a good Ice Spirit Tornado on the Hog as well, so Hogs can get no hits on the tower. A fairly good start for us, up about 500 damage. And this is what we're going to be wanting to do throughout the game. We're going to be wanting to defending well with our tornadoes, cycling Goblin Barrels so we can defend even more. And while we cycle Goblin Barrels, we want to defend our princesses. That way he can't log our princesses. And then we can use things like the Knight and the Goblin Gang to really keep that alive. Good princess right there onto the Musketeer. It's going to splash that down. I believe he's going to fireball this princess. We place our Goblin Gang over to the left though, so we can't hit that as well. Hog's only going to get 1 hit there with that King Tower activated. We go for a bit of a split lane push, but look at how he defends this, guys. He logs to the left lane. He plays Ice Spirit and Skeletons on to the Goblin Gang and Ice Spirit, which ends up taking it out entirely, only getting a few points of chip damage onto the tower with my Spirit Goblins. So guys, obviously Surgical Goblin, great player here. Feeling kind of nervous, but you know, we're doing okay. He's up a little bit of damage. Well, I'm actually up a little bit of damage if you want to get technical, but he's kind of got that momentum going right now. I'm not really getting too much damage after that first rocket, although we do get a great Goblin Gang there, predicting that Musketeer, keeping our princess alive, and then we can go for a Goblin Barrel. He has to log that, so now our princess basically just has free range, and by the time he's able to take care of it with Ice Spirit and Skeletons, by the time it makes it a bridge, we have another princess already. Now, I thought he was going to play his Musketeer over to the right, so a bit of a misplaced Knight by me, but we do get another Goblin Gang at the bridge. That's going to take out that princess and do a very good job getting some chip damage on the tower there. He's going for a bit of a strange Hog Rider here. I think that was a bit of a misplay, so we're able to just log that back, realizing how low at HP it is. He just uses a log on the left lane. We're going to go Knight and Goblin Gang and Princess here, and he does have to use a defensive cannon. Now, with that defensive cannon, there's kind of a shift in momentum. He also uses the Musketeer on defense, so he's not really able to go as aggressive, so I decide to rocket there. He gets a good Hog Rider Musketeer push at the bridge. We get a nice Ice Spirit. I'm surprised I went for the Hog Rider. I was really expecting it to lock on the Musketeer, so that's why I misplayed that log a little bit, allowing the Musketeer to get 2 hits on the tower, but it's not really too much to worry about. We just go for another rocket here and try to win the game that way. Can't really get too much damage with our Goblin Barrels, as he's always able to cycle back to another log. Even though he used log offensively here, as you know, he's kind of in the bottom end of this match right now. He just got a hog hit. He is up a little bit of damage. So we decided to go Knight Goblin Gang in the right lane. I should have placed that Goblin Barrel in the left lane. A bit of a miscalculation by me. He was able to cycle back to his log after the Goblin Barrel got 1 hit on the tower, which is obviously a good bit of damage for me. So we're able to just tornado this hog back, then go for another rocket, maybe kind of calming down a little bit after that kind of spurt of aggression by me after one of his pushes. Rocket onto the tower. We're going to play a Goblin Gang in the middle, and we're going to log this. No, we actually log and then play a Knight on that Musketeer. We're able to tornado back the hog, and he does use log on offense, trying to predict a Goblin Gang. That's really the only way he's able to get to the tower at this point. However, now he doesn't have anything to kill the Goblin Barrel. He could have played Fireball, but he decides to defend with a defensive Musketeer, and obviously that's not going to stop the Goblin Barrel in time, so we're going to be able to rocket the tower. Finish off the game against Surgical Goblin. Fairly tough matchup for us, but we did play it well. We kind of controlled the game, we defended our princesses very well, and that's going to be how we're able to take that one. Alright, the final match that I want to show you guys is actually in the 3rd and final set. It was, I believe, 2-1 right now, or maybe 1-2. I believe Baron was, no, it was 1-1 actually. Baron was the second opponent for their team. I was the second on my team. Baron had just beaten Batman and kind of BM'd him a little bit in the chat, honestly. He was kind of like throwing, easy predictions, whatever. So I was obviously laughing, having a good time, you know. A fairly friendly match. We all know each other. We're all basically friends, talk almost on a daily basis, most of us. So yeah, I kind of expected him to play Golem again. He just played it against Batman, and obviously with me, I played a lot of Hog Rider, I played a lot of Log Bait today, and I played a lot of General Cycle decks. I played one Balloon Executioner deck that I played last season. I actually finished 104th with on a different max account. So I'm kind of expecting him to play Golem again, as it's pretty good against most of my decks. And he just used it against Batman. He used it earlier in the tournament as well. And I do actually get the prediction. So I'm playing P.E.K.K.A. Miner Poison here, which is obviously a fairly good matchup against Golem. It's sometimes tough at some points. They can normally get pretty good Golem pushes, and if they can defend their pumps properly. I do try to apply a lot of pressure here. Thought he was going to go for a bump, but he does hold back, which is obviously a smart play by him. He's able to play Prince and Baby Dragon onto my push. We're able to kind of push with Ewiz, but at this point, he's not able to pump again because I play my Bandit. So really just trying to keep up a lot of pressure. And notice how I'm not using my Miner because I know it's a Golem deck. I know he does have the pump in there, especially as a kid that. So he finally gets the pump down in the left lane, I believe. Does he get in the back left? I think he does as soon as he hits 10 elixir. So there we go. We kind of misplaced the Miner here. I should have played it all the way on the side because then it would have gotten one hit on the pump at least. However, he does get a good prediction tornado there, and that Miner is not going to get any hits on the pump. So I'm forced to poison. I don't really want to play like a Dark Prince in the back or something, especially if it's about to go on a P.E.K.K.A. push. So we're just going to take out that pump there. He's going to play Golem in the back. I'm going to play my P.E.K.K.A. in the back. And here is really where the game begins. The brawl starts. Both sides are going all in. Both sides, that is. Don't want to get a lisp here on YouTube. So we played Dark Prince, knowing that he's going to play a Prince. Notice how we played a little bit in front of the P.E.K.K.A. That way it will tank the first Prince shot instead of my P.E.K.K.A., which I can really sack that Dark Prince as long as our P.E.K.K.A. stays alive to kill the Golem. Get a poison onto that. Don't hit the Baby Dragon, but I don't think you could have because the river was there. And obviously with the new glitch or something, I don't know, you can't play spells in the river. So we get a defensive Dark Prince here. He's got a lot of momentum going here, but here's where the trick play comes in. If you play a Bandit and it charges into the Prince will actually miss the Bandit because it's ranged a little bit. So that play really saved me right there, saved me a lot of damage on the tower. And he is up a little bit of elixir. He plays with Golem in the back, which I predicted, going minions and Miner at the bridge, getting a lot of chip damage, forcing him to play a Baby Dragon as well, so he can't really kill some of our support troops behind our P.E.K.K.A. as easily. P.E.K.K.A. on the right side. If we played our P.E.K.K.A. on the left side, he could have tornadoed it away and then won the game like that. So we get another Dark Prince tank for his Prince. Poison down as well. That's going to clean up that push zap on there to put a Mega Minion. We need a Bandit as well, or an Ewiz maybe? I don't even remember what I played. Actually looks like all that stuff does go down there. And here is where we really start steamrolling. So he plays another Golem because he has to. He's either got to play Baby Dragon. He's got to find some way to tank for this P.E.K.K.A. We play another P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge because we're able to cycle to another one. Absolutely shred this Golem apart. Play minions at the bridge to kill his Mega Minion, which it does very easily. This Golem's already dead just as crossing the river. And here, look at our elixir. We've got this huge push. We've got Ewiz, Bandit. The Prince does charge into the Bandit, so it doesn't do any damage. Dark Prince flashes onto both Princes there, taking them both out almost. We do get a zap onto the Dark Prince, which kills that. We get an Ewiz onto the Baby Dragon and the Prince. Notice how we play our Bandit again. Actually, I don't remember what I'm going to play. Yeah, we'll play our Bandit again, prepping for another push. And we play our P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge. Notice how our tower is at 600 HP, so we really have to go on the aggressive here. Plays a defensive Golem because I knew he didn't really have much. Play a Miner down on the tower. And that Golem is just going to be taken apart very easily by our Bandit, our P.E.K.K.A. and our minions. Prince charges into the Bandit there. Unfortunately, our Bandit was not charging, so it doesn't get any damage. Prince actually does take out the P.E.K.K.A., so we're going to have to sack a Dark Prince here against that. The Ewiz should take care of it, and the Bandit as well, keeping that Ewiz alive. And now we get another P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge. As I said, just keeping up a lot of the momentum, making sure he can't build up that big monstrous push that he was able to build up earlier after defending his pump with a tornado. The Miner going down on the tower. We've got this big monstrous push here. Overall, we were able to get a lot of positive look trades with our P.E.K.K.A.s against his Golems. Obviously, P.E.K.K.A. versus Golem matchup that you would think would be very easy for the P.E.K.K.A., but it's sometimes a little hard to kind of have to manipulate how you are able to play. But we do end up beating Baron and taking the win against their team. Pompeo comes in clutch. after I lost to Surgical Goblin, he beats him again in a very good matchup for Pompeo. So yeah, that has been it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see more analysis of this, of my games, of competitive matchups that I think you guys can learn from. And yeah, make sure to follow all my social media links in the description. If you guys want to see what's been going on with me, obviously I've been pretty busy outside of life. I missed a week of school because I was sick right after exams. And then it's just been catch up from there. So that's why I haven't really been as active lately. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.